What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Capybara video, and we got a new update coming into the game soon. This was posted just a couple of hours ago, and it's coming out around the 11th. So we got a week from today. There are a lot of updates actually coming in July. This was about a week ago. They talked about new PvP mode, the new double S equipment, and a bunch of other stuff. But at least in terms of the first update in July, this is what we are getting. There's some really interesting and potentially very free-to-play friendly stuff in here. And I also wanted to talk about some other things that are coming in July. But let's dive straight into it. This is what's coming in about a week. First off, we got a new main story hard mode released. So after completing chapter 1, you can now do hard mode. And hard mode can be done in solo or a team. Hard mode, really interesting in terms of the potential for long-term gains. There are a lot of people who actually are really close or have already beaten the entirety of the campaign. Are those free-to-play players? I don't know, to be honest. I don't know if there's any free-to-play player that has done that, but most of the people who are at that stage are people who spend a lot of money. So there's still a long time to progress later and later into the normal main story. So the hard mode, will it offer anything different? Probably that there's going to just be a little bit different resources or potentially a little bit of upgrade to the travel bonuses that we're getting already. That's kind of what I'm hoping for in that. As someone who is just looking to get some more resources, that could be a nice little addition. But of course, more chapter content, never a bad thing. The next one, we got a new specialization system unlocked. Players can consume specialization points to upgrade specializations and comprehensive enhance certain in-game skills. And then additional in-game skills have been introduced, as well as, and I'm going to talk about this one as well because it kind of goes hand in hand. It is what it seems like. They're removing a lot of skills, including hits recover, hits lightning, hits icicle, double icicle, opening counterattack, light cannon, opening light cannon, flame wave. So lots of light cannon, light spear, light wave, whatever you want to call it. There's a lot of translation kind of mishaps with that. Honestly, the ones that are big are the icy spike ones. The hits icicle and the double icy spike are the ones that I am looking at as potentially really unfortunate to lose. We are though getting sword G mastery, counter shield, accumulating power, flight, and cannon and burning charge adjusted or added to the game, and then we are adjusting glass cannon, counterattack magic mastery, and magic spear, and this can be viewed in game already. So removing the icy spikes I think is the most relevant, but this goes hand in hand with the skill adjustments because it looks like the specialization system that we're getting allows you to enhance certain skills. Now this could actually be really powerful. The thing I'm thinking about, and I don't know if this is going to be the case, but take, for example, Murloc. Murloc's going to allow you to start with Combo Plus. If you're able to sit down and use these specialization points to upgrade Combo Plus, to where when you access Combo Plus at the start of the battle, you get access to your now specialized Combo Plus, that can be actually really incredible. And I can absolutely see that giving a major bonus to anyone who's using heroes or anything that's giving you starting skills. Obviously, there are going to be skills that you can enhance, but there's not a guarantee that you'll get them in certain content like chapter or dungeon dive, for example. But there might be ways you can enhance them to where they're more likely to appear, and that is very possible, to where similar to how the adventurer skills work, where you almost always see Piggy Smash or the Dragon Girls effect. But again, I'm more interested in, are we going to be able to enhance something like Combo Plus and then just have it immediately in the start of the game? That could be very incredible. We also have a new, really looking like a free-to-play friendly mechanic in the new adventurer resonance system. So every 2 adventurers can resonate with each other to share star levels and levels based on the highest star level. And resonance requires resonance stones, which can be exchanged in the magic crystal shop. So what does this mean? What does this mean? Well, if you're able to share star levels and levels based on the highest star level, this could make massive improvements to the overall game plan of what you're trying to do with your adventurers. Something like Leo is now actually possible to be 10 starred, and something that can really do some major work. What does this mean for free-to-play players? Well, take, for example, like Piggy Warrior. If you are like me and you have been purchasing the additional shards from the guild shop, even though you don't use Picky Warrior because you're just interested in progressing and that's going to get permanent progression. Well, now, in theory, based on what I'm reading here, but again, the translations can be a little bit off, or maybe someone else knows more about this. If we're able to share star levels based on the highest star level, perhaps you can make your Dragon Girl or Leo now have that updated star level from Picky Warrior. That could be amazing in terms of free-to-play progression. If you're thinking about what this does, is now we can consistently purchase star levels for your Picky Warrior and then share that with your whatever it is, your Dragon Girl or whatnot. I don't know how this is going to roll out. I don't know what this is going to need. Outside of the residence stones, which you can see can be exchanged in the magic crystal shop. So obviously start accumulating these. Maybe you need to purchase like residence levels. So like, okay, I have 1 residence, which means I share 1 star level, or 2 residents, I share 2 star levels. But even if that's the case, that still seems very free-to-play friendly for a mechanic that generally is not. And again, ideally with what a lot of other Capybara Go mechanics look like, you could de-level these. So like, let's say you're resonating Piggy Warrior and Dragon Girl, and then later you decide, oh, well, Leo pops to the game, or like Donatello or Michelangelo that's coming sooner, and you really want to use those, and they're really, really excellent, but now you have to reinvest into the whole, hero, which is one of the reasons why Leo, even though he's really, really good, especially later on in the star level, it's something that a lot of people are ignoring because are you really going to be able to get to that later star level? Well, maybe now we have a chance with the residence system, and now we can potentially de-level, swap it over to a new adventure, and we can actually test around and play around with a lot of these adventurers more so than before, because yes, while you can swap levels, star level is oftentimes more important when you at least get a few star levels onto some of these adventures. So this looks really exciting to me, and I am very curious to see how they're going to roll this out. And then lastly, they've added damage battle statistics for players can now view detailed stats for each skill's damage value, damage proportion, healing value. This is actually really cool, especially for those of you that don't know kind of what is doing the damage. What is giving you that value from each skill or from each effect? I don't know how detailed these are going to be, but this could be really nice. I've talked about the Whisperer a lot and how your damage actually is dispersed, and most of the time it is not in the things that you normally would expect. So again, Adventure Residence System looks extremely exciting, and I'm not super connected in terms of being able to reach out to other individuals and figure out who has actually accessed the residence system or seen leaks or whatnot, or anything like that. So I'm just kind of looking at it based on what you all are looking at, which is this looks pretty friendly for free-to-play players, and it looks really fun. Even if you're not a free-to-play player, just being able to test out other adventurers and not have to like completely invest in their star levels could be really exciting. A quick note here, I just wanted to add this here, even though it's not coming in the next update, but double S equipment. This thing is very, very interesting in terms of how it's going to shake up the game. Right now, we got Whisperer, Sky Splitter, right, Reaper Staff, potentially Durian Hammer, Angel Bow, those types of weapons as like kind of the meta. This is like the meta right now. But this could completely shift the game. Now, it is crafted from existing S equipment, divine casting tubes, and divine cubes, and divine casting materials, which is going to be obtained through the new game mode. So this one I'm not worried about necessarily, but these two I am. If you look at what free-to-play players are really going to need, is you're going to need the divine casting cubes, which is acquired by disassembling S rank weapons and equipment, and then you also have to have existing S rank equipment, which you don't have a lot of. So I don't really know if double S equipment is going to be all that free to play friendly when we see it in the game. It could be extremely expensive. Now, it probably will be worth it, but I am very, very curious as to what this will entail, and I am very excited for it. So I just wanted to mention it. If you do have S rank equipment, if you do have divine casting cubes, start saving. No reason to like rush into any sort of upgrade right now. I'm also not really investing into my gear at all. I've taken a big pause on it just because I'm curious as to what this double S equipment is going to be. And I'm just going to keep summoning on or pulling my keys on certain banners, and then maybe upgrading the piece of gear that I already have a little bit, because it sounds like you're going to be inheriting the level of the base S equipment, so it's still important to level those up, but at least keeping the extra S rank pieces of gear or equipment and things like that is going to potentially be pretty good. But this update, I am most excited about this adventure residence system, but also the specialization system could be very, very interesting. New content in regards to chapter all looks pretty sweet. But let me know what you think in the comments section down below. And if you guys know more information about sort of what some of these systems are going to entail, or maybe it's less exciting than I think it is, I tend to take all these with a grain of salt, mainly because the translations can be very, very off. And what they intended to say is not what they actually meant, or what they said is not what they actually intended to mean. Similar to how we thought that the inheritance would be able to be reset, but that just goes to show you that just want to be hopeful, you know, a little cautiously optimistic is what I like to say. I'm always pretty excited about updates, and I'm excited to see what we're gonna get. So let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you all for the next one.